Hey guys, this is Nathan Graves 989, and I'm here with one of the creators of Naruto Abridged, Masako X. Masako, thanks for this opportunity.
Hey there, it's good to be here, mate.
My first question is, who do you voice in Naruto Abridged?
Well, me and Vegeta tend to have a similar amount of people that we voice, but the main characters I tend to do are Sasuke, Kakashi, Anko, some extras and stuff. But yeah, those are the main characters I tend to do on a regular basis.
What inspired you guys to start your own Abridged series?
Well, basically, it all started when we first saw. Well, it started like in the summer of 2006. We first done like a blooper reel for it, and we came up with some really cool ideas for it. And we decided to do a parody one of these days, and then we came across little Karibo's Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge, as we all know, and it just went from there. We wondered if we could do a series that we both had seen, and one series that we had seen was Naruto. So we just and as we know today, it does.
What's the process that you and Vegito go through to make an episode of Naruto Abridged?
Well, basically, it's just down to the Well, Vegeta writes the script, obviously. We read through it together to make sure that everything is fine. Then he sends the script over to me. I mix it in time, and I send it back to him just to check everything's alright. He records his lines, I record my lines, and then I send it to him for him to upload. It's a lot of toing and froing.
Right. Do you have a favorite episode of Naruto Abridged?
I do. It keeps changing though. It tends to. I'd say in recent times, episode 18 is my favourite. But somehow I'm always drawn to episode 9. Yeah, so it'd be either 9 or 18.
Who's your favorite character to voice?
That would be Kakashi. Yeah, I love voicing Kakashi. Because he sounds so bored and stuff. And anywho, I'm Kakashi. And he's just so fun, with the milk and stuff. Sasuke has his moments, but I prefer Kakashi.
How did you and Vegeta come up with some of the characters in Naruto Abridged, like the log and Clucky and obviously the milk?
Well, it was all just like a random. It was all just kind of a random thing. Because I think I remember that I suggested the log. Yeah, because we'd seen it loads of times in episode 2, so I thought we'd mention it in episode so big. And as for the milk, I think Vegeta started the basic idea for it, but I did the little the bit that going moo, dance cow, dance. I remember the first time we talked about that and wrote it. It was so funny. I loved it.
Is there a joke that's in Naruto Abridged where you regretted it or you didn't think it was that funny?
I'm not too sure. I mean, there was the voice actor thing in episode 15, which I think worked well, but I think it kind of went over the heads of most of the fans. I think you'd have to be a real hardcore fan to know the difference, but I think it did work in my eyes and my point of view. And then, I don't know. We're very strict on what jokes go in and what jokes don't go in. It all depends on whether we think they're funny, and if Vegeta doesn't think it's funny, it's not going to go in the script.
Everything in Naruto Abridged is already written out. None of it is improvised.
No. It's all scripted before we do it. sometimes Vegeta changes a couple of lines just depending on flow. Well, he can because he's the writer. Sometimes I throw in a couple of, suggestions, but most of the time we tend to stick to the script.
I understand that you're part of the Voice Acting Alliance.
Yeah, that's right.
When did you start voice acting?
Well, I started in October 2005, so it's been about, 2.5 years or something? I basically got into it after I saw a animated series online called Bonus Stage, and one of the voice actors, she was known as Kagome Higurashi at the time, but I think she's now known as Rina-chan, and I emailed her saying I'd quite like to be a voice actor. She said, well, I can point you towards the VAA. She did. And she listened to what I had, and she thought I was okay. I mean, I had a lot to learn, I openly admit that now. But, yeah, I just went from there, and rest was history.
How did you meet Vegito 3986?
Well, basically, I was doing a fan dub. It was a full episode fan dub of an anime called Karin, which I'd started watching earlier in the year, and I thought was really good. And there was an episode that I was trying to pick an episode that would be fun to do, and I picked one, and I held auditions for it. And Vegeta auditioned for the main guy, and needless to say, he got the main part. And then we just started talking. Yeah, he just started talking. Yeah, he said he had fun. He said he didn't usually get the main parts and things at the time. And he just suggested doing a blooper reel. I agreed, and we did that, and we just got talking on Skype, and we were just having loads of fun. He's a really good guy.
Has there ever been a comment left on one of your videos that just got you mad?
Well, no, not really, because at the time, all the flaggers would just quickly get the video removed before we even had a chance. But, no, there hasn't really been any comments that got me mad, really. There are some which are a little bit infuriating, like they don't seem when we have a song in there and we list it in the description box where anyone can clearly read it, and people don't keep going, oh, what's that song again? And they just don't seem to read. Now, those are the only things. They don't get me mad. They just kind of make me go, oh, please read. But other than that, no. Our fans are quite, generally agreeable.
How did you meet Lanny Pator and HBI 2K?
Well, it was kind of, I first came across Lanny Pator from his Yu Yu Hakusho Abridged, and I thought it was a really good series, because it was at the time when the Abridged phenomenon exploded. Like, everyone left, right, and centre was making an Abridged series, and to be fair, they still are, but basically when it started to get really... Well, basically when we opened the floodgates, there were loads of mediocre ones, and a couple of bad ones, but Lanny's, really shone out, and it was just really funny, and, there was a little bit of technical glitches, but I got talking to him, I left him a message, and we started talking on Skype. That's how I met Lanny, and HBI, it was pretty much the same thing, but on Vegeta's part. Vegeta met HBI, saw Berserk Abridged, and basically we all got talking. So I met Lanny Pator, and Vegeta met HBI, and we all just got together.